Okay, hi. Right. Recently on quite a few of the forums, HeliFreak, HeliGuy, RC groups, have been questions regarding multi-blade head phasing. When I first started trying to figure this out, probably about 7 months ago now, I found a lot written about it, but no actual videos showing exactly how it was done. The problem with this, as I see it, is that the people who are writing the write-ups for it already know what they're talking about, already know what they're doing, so it makes perfect sense. I found that when I've written it in replies to threads and then read it back, it's more complicated. It sounds more complicated than it actually is, so hence I'm doing this. Right, what we've got here is a Copter X 4-blade flapping hinge head on it's 500 size, and it's on in conjunction with the Heli Roland 500 size multi-blade fan to go in an AC135. That's kind of irrelevant. Okay, first thing you need to do, leave everything as is. I was lucky this head already came and the phasing was set, but I rechecked it anyway. So we rotate the head so that we have one blade directly in line with the boom. This means the opposite blade is directly ahead of the helicopter and the other two blades are at 90 degrees to the helicopter. Now for this we're going to look at the blade that's at 90 degrees to the right of the heli, because this is a clockwise rotating head. Counterclockwise, all the way around obviously. Now if you follow the blade, come to the blade grip and the control arm on the blade grip with the ball link on it. Now follow that push rod down, and this is the ball link that we're going to be looking at when we're setting the phasing. Like I said, this one's already set. Next thing you have to do, once your blades are in the correct position, is release the swash follower. Different ones have different ways of securing it to the shaft. Some are clamped through with bolts, some have grub screws. Whatever it is, you just loosen it off enough so you can move the swash around. Okay, once you've done that, we rotate the actual swash. Keeping the blades in the same position, rotate the swash in a clockwise direction, moving the ball link ahead of the blade. You want to move it ahead of the blade until this ball link is directly in line with the AR pin. Like we said, this push rod and ball link correspond to the blade at 90 degrees to the right of the heli. So once it's directly in line with that, relock your swash follower in position. This, look from this angle here, you can see that it looks as if that push rod is directly attached to the AR pin. This is the easiest way I've found, because this now has to be 90 degrees to the blade. You're 90 degrees ahead with your phasing. Okay, what you want to check now, so basically we've just moved it a little bit, so we'll move it around again. Okay, just double check again. Blade grip, control arm, push rod. Follow the push rod down, ball link's in line with the AR pin. Now we've retightened the swash follower so nothing's going to move, very important. Move to the end of the blade and let's have a look. We'll give a full aileron input. Full aileron input, no movement on the blade. This tells you that your phasing is directly 90 degrees advanced. If you look at the blade grip on the blade that's above the boom, I give a full aileron input and see the blade grip moving. Just pan out a little bit, see how the swash plate actually acts on the push rods and the blade grip. Back to the blade at 90 degrees, full elevator, blade moves. I'm not going to cover setting up the collective or cyclic pitches. That's the same as it is for any two-blade flybarred heli, but that's the story. That's how simple it actually is. So don't get all worked up about the intricacies of blade phasing, because it really isn't rocket science. The point of doing it, if you've got just add as well, if you've got a flybarless controller such as the Skookum 360 720, with which you can alter the phasing through the software, you can leave these push rod links straight or at an angle, whatever you prefer, and set the phasing like that just by advancing it until you get no movement on whichever blade you're looking at the time. But this way you can save some money. You can run a Beast X for £150 rather than running a Skookum or something that's going to cost you £250, £350, £400. So just a cheaper way of achieving the flight characteristics that you want. Okay, that's it, I think. Hope this helps somebody out there. It certainly would have helped me in the first place. Cheers, bye bye.